how do we learn together, teach together to stay together? And I think that's really, really powerful. All the most successful people are doing that, and they're also doing email marketing.
Mm.
So that's what I'm going to be teaching is how to build your list because that's when you have an ownership. When you have your own list, then you are the owner of that list. It's not like Facebook or LinkedIn or somebody that can take it away from you or boot you out in a heartbeat or kick you
Right.
TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing because I really believe that it is in the crosshairs of the bullseye of life in the future of AI is email because the rest of it is just such an ocean of data and information. AI is like a bubble machine. It's just creating soap bubbles of nothing, you know? That's why we have to, network locally, know each other, give testimonials for each other, talk about each other that we're real and really grounded. So I think we've got it all covered. I really feel like we've touched all the bases, done a lot of research, a lot of homework, looking for the best of the best ways to go.
Yeah.
Let's do a little wrap about podcast listening, the AI Super Campus on YouTube, and we'll just do a little wrap up today, and then we'll have about a 10-minute video, and I can promote that, and we'll have accomplished something. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right,
Sure.
so I'm going to go to Ron first because he did such a cool job with this little video. So, all right, so let me get started here. We'll get going. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AI Super Campus. This is the home of business networking AI, and we're here networking, talking about an upcoming event for the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce because we do promote network locally and learn AI globally. But we also create models that other networking events can model after. And that's why I created cross group networking as a strategy to grow all groups. So we reach out to Toastmasters and BNI groups and chamber groups and all kinds of groups. Ron and I have been networking together for I don't know how many years. Ron, how long would you guess that we've been networking?
Probably 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, long, long time. And we're good friends. We've known each other. And so talk a little bit about what you did and the interview that we did with podcast listening and share a little bit about that if you would, Ron.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Mike. So, you're one of the master students slash teachers. And so what I did was, based on your experience, where you're recording meetings like this, putting them on YouTube, but with no videos. And you're saying, hey, this concept of podcast listening is, hey, if you're going out for a walk or even a jog, put on your earbuds and you can listen to content while you're getting outdoors and being healthy. And so the short video, based on your information, what I did was I was out walking myself, listening, and also talking about and sent a link for the podcast listening. So I was learning and then also sharing what I learned. And I shared it on Facebook and also on LinkedIn. And I got about 75 views on LinkedIn. And because it was just an experiment, it was very casual. And I think Mike is going to share the link of the video that I did. So it was a great test that I'm going to start repeating and doing more of. But thank you, Mike, for sharing that idea about the podcast listening. And I actually did it in a very casual way while I was out walking. So I was modeling what I was trying to get this idea across. So thanks again, Mike.
And you did a great job, and you did it with your earbuds in, so you were listening to a podcast as you were walking, and then you created content at the same time. It was really a great use of your time.
Well, I'm always, listening and learning and then sharing.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I really realized the power of that, of getting people to really understand, because what that does, if you think about it, what it does is it teaches them the importance of being a student teacher. So in other words, it's just a good way to kind of set the stage that don't just, wait until you're pitching, just listen to the man, listen to Ron and be a student of his, and then he can be a student of yours. Those are the people that are really successful.
Well, I think one of the key things that I've learned recently is to start that relationship process and just share things of value that may not even be related to my business. And it's the beginning of that relationship. So people might say, oh, who's this guy, Ron Horry? Because I have people following me on Facebook and LinkedIn. And instead of just posting an image of, oh, here's the values of life insurance for A, B, and C, just by doing the videos too, creating the personality or the humanness behind the messages. So when I saw those impressions and views on LinkedIn, I said, okay, there's really something to this. And just being very casual, natural, sharing information. and not just posting images or posting videos about business. So it's a real breakthrough in terms of creating that relationship, with people that I'm connected to, some I have never met, but sort of create the human side, this Ron Horry person on LinkedIn or Facebook.
So with us is my friend Stephanie Maroney of Benicia. And Stephanie and I have been networking for a while. Stephanie is a Remax realtor in beautiful Benicia, as you can see or hear about. You're out walking, but you can visualize a beautiful sunrise or sunset behind Stephanie. So tell us a little bit about how you and I connected, Stephanie.
Sure. I was advertising on the local newspaper, online newspaper called The Patch, and I know that Mike's very proficient in using that as a free platform to advertise and promote his AI ventures and teaching and learning as well. And he called me up off my ad and had seen my video, and videos, of course, all the craze now. Said that he was really impressed with what he saw, and he's always loved Benicia. So yeah, we became fast friends, and I've learned a ton about AI. It's not nearly as intimidating as it was when I started. Yeah, I just continue to learn. I too take advantage of the podcast, and I'll go jogging and put in my earbuds, and yeah, just everyone's so focused on multitasking these days. It's nice to be able to have something educational to listen to while I'm exercising, kill two birds with one stone. So I as well do that, and yeah, I just look forward to the future and continuing to learn. So thank you, Mike.
One of the things that I'm going to be doing that I'm really excited about is I'm going to be doing before and after interviews about AI. And people that really don't know anything about it, I want to interview them about their business and learn more about them. And then I'm also getting engaged with them and learning about their business at the same time. And then inviting them to our networking events and our educational events about AI and about using MailSoftly to both educate and teach them. The most successful influencers on the planet all use email marketing, and they're all using it as both students and as teachers and as educators. Then I want to do a second interview with them after they've had a chance to get their feet wet in AI, learn do-it-yourself AI, and maybe do some email marketing with it, and then interview them about their thoughts about AI, because a lot of people are skeptical or even have fear of it. So talk a little bit about, Stephanie, one of the things that you talked about, how you felt like I had been able to teach it in a very unintimidating way that was pretty easy to digest. Could you share that a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're very approachable. You're always are there to answer, my questions. And at the beginning, again, I was pretty frazzled with the whole thing. And I don't know, you just have a calming presence and just kind of explain it. You just keep it very interesting, and it keeps me coming back. And it's something that I feel like we all really need to keep up with. I mean, at this point, you can't. It's undeniable that it's coming, and it's coming fast and furious. So no better person to keep me learning than you, and creating an intimidating environment to continue to learn. So I appreciate that.
Hey, we want to look ahead toward the future too, Ron. So talk a little bit about your journey, that we've had together, and then how we have journeyed together now into AI.
What I like about you, Mike, is you're on the leading edge, learning and discovering, well, what are the latest tools and trends? And so, it can be overwhelming. You see, there's ChatGPT, there's Gemini, there's Copilot, there's Perplexity, yada, yada, yada. You're the scout out there in the wilderness, finding the best trail and saving me a lot of time. And you're finding the best of the best tools, not only finding the tools, but using them and showing how they apply and how I can use them for myself. So thank
Yeah.
you for being like a pioneer.
Yeah, you're doing all the legwork for us, right? Just bringing it to us and spoon feeding it.
So
That's what
It
I'm
makes it a
doing with
lot easier.
MailSoftly. I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought that up, because that's how I want to deliver it. It's one thing to create content, but then you have to have a good delivery system.
Mm.
And that's really what it's all about, is because again, it's the duality of student and teacher. And so you want to learn in with one part of your brain, and you want to, distribute it. I think that's what MailSoftly is all about. They're all about human engagement. So AI is great, but it's all about using it as a bridge to actual human engagement. And one of the keys is getting engagement through demonstrations or showing somebody something. So, like Ron can talk about what FinFit Life is all about. There's the CEO of FinFit Life laying on the ground because they're all about
He's only the president.
exercising, okay? That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's a cool demonstration that Ron can do. And Stephanie can do a demonstration about the wonders of Benicia. There you go. Perfect, perfect.
I'm staring at that right now.
Exactly. So
For a house under $1 million.
Beautiful views, and you talk about empty nesters in some very affluent cities around Northern California, and then moving out of your house in one city to move to Benicia and kind of reduce your cost, your overhead, and get near the water and in a very affordable place. And you've done it. You've experienced the journey there, and you brought my wife Nancy and I. You were invited us over, and you were a delightful host, and we had a blast together. And we, developed this relationship that we continue for hopefully a long time about
absolutely
future of you and me and all of us together. So thanks, guys. I'll be putting this out as a podcast listening and connect it to the one that Ron and I did last week, which is an hour podcast. So Ron did kind of like a trailer. I would call it like a movie trailer. He talked about it while he was out walking, a little short video. And then he had a link to the hour-long podcast listening trailer because, some people go out for an hour walk, half-hour walk, and you can, stay tuned to AI and stay in the game. So thanks for joining me here in the AI Super Campus on YouTube, you guys. Ron Horry, FinFit Life, Stephanie Maroney of Remax and Benicia. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining us again today, entrepreneurs and business networkers. But wait, there's more. Listen to this short word from our sponsor. Engagement. That's the secret behind email inbox headliners. Networkers, I got to ask you, are you sending out emails or not? No? You need to be checking in and following up. Then let me ask you this. Why do you think Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Marie Forleo, and Kim Commando and more all send emails? Because, folks, no matter what you think of email, like it or not, email works. It will work for you, too, if you're serious about networking, growing your influence, and building real relationships. You need to be following up right away. I'm Mike Hayes, founder of Cross Group Networking Strategy Training to grow all groups. I host podcast listening courses on the AI Super Campus, and I'm a longtime media veteran, starting with NBC TV and radio networks in New York. I've interviewed and studied the world's greatest communicators, including people who have become presidents of the United States. And right now, the United States government has launched the $500 billion AI communication movement. Whether you realize it or not, you're already involved. That's why I chose MailSoftly. MailSoftly is the AI-powered email marketing platform that makes it easy to create follow-ups that get read, get clicks, and get results. With MailSoftly, you get AI-generated emails that capture attention and convert. You get a drag-and-drop editor. So even if you're not a designer, you can create great, stunning emails in minutes. You get powerful automation that keeps your audience engaged 24/7. And you get advanced analytics, so you know exactly what's working and what's not. And that's why I use it. And right now, for a limited time, when you sign up for MailSoftly, even the free account, you get exclusive email training from the AI Super Campus. I've interviewed the AI inbox headliners from Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, and I've analyzed the podcasting powerhouses of today, like Mel Robbins and Joe Rogan. And so I've developed the one-of-a-kind podcast listening courses to teach you their AI student-teacher mindset. They learn from others, and they teach. You too can learn how to practice podcast listening with my MailSoftly messages right in your inbox, free, so you can craft emails that connect, convert, and create lasting impact. And don't forget the best part, it's absolutely free. Just sign up for MailSoftly today, and this exclusive training is yours, no strings attached. Just click the link right below this video right now and start transforming your emails into powerful AI-driven engagement tools. Don't let your emails go unread. Make them work for you with MailSoftly and the AI Super Campus training. I'm Mike Hayes.